Hello. So for my lesson, I did phonological awareness focused. So for my standards, I picked one that says, no one apply grade level phonics and word analysis skills in decoding words. So the main thing I want them to do is be able to decode the words, like be able to identify initial sounds, which goes in with my learning objectives. But first I want to go and cover all my little, during class, the professor showed us how to change these and go to the lesson option. So I did the lesson format already, so it was a little bit easier to create this. So I have standards, learning objectives, materials and resources, instructional activities, assessment, closure, and then homework. So I kind of put it in the order that the lesson would actually go and like how it would be in a lesson plan template. And with Padlet, I really like how you can like organize it into like specific little columns instead of the normal lessons of what we do. So I think that's pretty cool. So for learning objectives, I put understanding phonological awareness. So it says, students will understand the concept of phonological awareness, recognizing that words are made of sounds that can be manipulated. So the main thing I want students to learn for this lesson is that everything you say has sounds and it's not to the part where like they write it down yet, so it's all about hearing it. So recognizing and producing rhyming words, students will be able to recognize rhyming words and produce rhyming pairs on their own, which we'll get to that worksheet in a second. And then identify initial sounds. Students will identify the initial parentheses beginning sounds in words, enhancing their phonemic awareness. So this is when like I would be like cat, and if I want them to say it, they would be like k, and then say C or like just identify whatever the first sounding letter is and making sure they know how to do that. And the materials and resources. So for this, I labeled it as resource list just because it's only my resources, and I put picture card for initial sounds, rhyming word pairs, individual whiteboards and markers, Alconen boxes, templates, and small objects or counters for Alconen boxes activity. So that would be right there. So now we go to the instructional activities. So it would be introduction to phonological awareness. So so this is like instructions of what the teacher would do. Like this is probably how I'd be beginning the lesson. It says begin the lesson with a short explanation of phonological awareness. Use simple language and examples to explain how words can be broken down into smaller units. So like this would be example like right here, how these are simple words, and I would use these type of simple base words to make sure they know how to break it down in smaller units. And that would be like when you put the slashes between like the C slash A slash T so you can sound out them individually like that. So now I'm finally to the activity that I keep bringing up, rhyming words matching game. So like it would say using picture cards, have students play a matching game to find pairs of rhyming words. This activity helps differentiate sounds. So like you would look at mouse and try to find a rhyming word between these, even though there's not one, but like pan and fan, that would be a matching one. Mouse and house, I don't know why I didn't say that. Mouse and house. And then cat, rat, door, floor, clay, play. And so you would mix them up and then let them play with it like that. And then I also have I put it up right here, initial sounds identification link where I linked it to go to this page right here. So it says, say the name of each picture, find the letter with the same beginning sounds and place it on top of the picture. So the student would have letters and then they would place it on, like if I was like pig, what letter does pig start with? And then they would grab the P and then put it on the pig and then it brings out multiple senses at once, like your eyes, feel, touch, or whatever. And yeah, so let's go back. So I think that's a really good link and along with this activity. And then we have Alconen boxes. So it says introduce Alconen boxes as a tool to visually segment words into individual sounds, distribute templates and counters, guiding students through examples. So we went through this during our literature class last semester, and they would just get different manipulatives. It doesn't really matter what they are, they could be little blocks or something. And then, like, sounding them out, you would put, like, as you sound, it's like boo, z, like it would be like that breeze. That was not okay, but you know what I mean. So they would put each sound right there before, like, when hearing it. And then a Padlet collaboration activity, create a Padlet wall where students can post pictures of objects and write the corresponding sounds. This encourages collaboration and application of phonemic awareness. So I think it's really important to have collaboration in lesson plans, just so the kids aren't sitting there bored and watching the teacher speak the whole time. So, and I thought it would be cool to like add a Padlet one, so I did that. And then assessments. So after I'm done, or like at the very ending of the lesson, I would put this in. So an individual sound assessment. Assess each student's ability to recognize and produce sounds in isolation. Use a checklist to track process. So this is a more like one-on-one assessment where I could like check where a student's at doing phonological awareness. So I like that one. Oh, oh, okay. And then group discussion reflection. Following the activities, have a group discussion to reflect on the learning process and encourage students to share their thoughts on challenges and successes. On the challenges and successes. So this is the part in class where like everybody would be able to talk with each other and have like little discussions about what they thought they learned and what they thought was most interesting, which is another cool little detail to put in a lesson. And then closure. Review and reflect. Conclude the lesson by reviewing key concepts and the importance of phonological awareness. Ask students to share one thing they learned. So this is a cool little wrap up I could do at the end. And then for homework, phonological awareness at home, assign a simple homework activity where students find objects at home that rhyme or have the same initial sound and share their findings on Padlet. So this is a little rhyming homework guide that they could do that really works with initial sound, which is like the whole point of this lesson is working on initial sounds and just hearing sounds individually and being able to see if the students can do it. So this is my Padlet lesson plan, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.